I understand you transformed Grange Primary School in Long Eaton into one of the most acclaimed learning environments in the world in 2 years. How did you manage to do this?
I took on a school that was considered to be failing. And in fact, there were rumours that the government had it on a list at the time of schools they were targeting for possible closure because they hadn't been able to shift it. I hadn't planned to be a head teacher. Seems to be a theme already. Nothing I've done has been planned. But I was actually at the time, I'd just left a deputy headship in Ripley and was working for the Derbyshire Local Authority on a very specific project, which was to raise boys' achievement in reading and writing. And for me, that was all about remotivating. Anyway, the reason I walked into Grange and discovered the school was I was asked by the local authority to go in there and convince them to be part of the project. So again, love, you see, I fell in love with this place, applied for the job and got it. And I think what struck me from the day I walked in was that it didn't feel like a failing school. And that was because there was a kind of deep passion in the place for the school, the staff, the kids, the parents, the former parents, the board of governors. You know, Long Eaton is a really interesting place. It has a really profound sense of community, and you could feel that in the walls of the school. So somewhere in my psyche was this idea that there was real potential. But what had happened at the school over a period of 10 years was they'd gone into a spiral of decline, and then external people had come in trying to layer them with the system, the structure, the immediate, do this, this will sort it out, get this right, get your exam results up. And as a result, what had happened was all that passion that was kind of in there somewhere had been hidden under layers of concrete, because intervention after intervention, strategy after strategy had actually bled the place of its soul. And I know it sounds kooky, but when I went in there, my job number one wasn't to improve the exam results or get the school through an Ofsted inspection. It was actually to find the heartbeat of the place again, because I passionately believed if we could make the place come alive, everything else would take care of itself. So basically the whole journey began with two very important principles to me. One was an absolute focus on developing our children first, not making other people happy. The school had slid into that kind of trap of trying to satisfy the government, Ofsted, local authority. And what I wanted to do was just get us to focus on getting things right for our kids, because that's really what schools are about. So we really started to drill into what kind of kids did we want to, what kind of people did we want our kids to be, how are we going to do that? That was going to be the unremitting focus. And the other was very much based on, I suppose, my background as a performer, failed performer, but a performer, which was, if you're asking people to engage with you, you have to find an emotive reason. You have to emotionally get them to engage, and you have to create a context and a link to their own lives and experiences in order to truly engage an audience. And I felt very much the same was true of education, that you need to create an environment where kids really feel that what they're doing is of value to them. It's exciting, it's dynamic, it's experiential, it's contextual. So that's where we started. We started on those two very strong beliefs. One was that the school had to be about the kids and everybody else would just have to fall into line, rather than what had happened for the previous 10 years, which was we deal with everybody else and make them happy. Oh, and if the kids are happy, that's kind of okay. And the second was that everything we were going to do was going to be built around the idea of experience and context.